Hi folks, we're back. If you were just here in the beginning, I was just having a little difficulties with my tree tripod. But here I am. It's great to see you folks again. Thanks so much for joining me. Freedom is Mine is the topic today. And we, of course, are in the Sunday before Memorial Day. It's kind of a great day. Some of the churches are live again. And so I am back in my home and back in my original role and primary role, which is as a teacher. I'm a music teacher, and I'm a teacher. I've really enjoyed these times together. I've really enjoyed speaking with you all in spiritual ways, in teaching ways, talking about Holy Spirit, talking about the power of nature, and talking about the ways to keep ourselves buoyant and going through these most unusual times. I almost didn't come on today. I had to be encouraged by a few friends because this was a challenging week. And so I think it's good to speak about it. I'm happy to speak about it. It's Memorial Day, and I'd like to open with a poem that I wrote. It's published through Forest of Song, and it goes like this. I pledge allegiance to the love that brings us all together, and to this land on which we all stand. I pray that peace will be our tether, that we might find the courage to listen to each other. And if you are upset and I ask you why, it's not to scold or criticize, it's just to see things through your eyes. And if we disagree, let's pause and ask each other why. Not to scold or criticize, but to see things through your eyes. And so these days when I think of freedom, this day I think of this. One nation, under your own God. Let our kindness lead the rest. This I do believe. One of the greatest things any ancestor before us fought for. And they say, oh, the fight for freedom, the fight for freedom, the fight for freedom. On holidays like Memorial Day, I think sometimes we forget. Maybe, what was that freedom? What is it? What is that freedom? Where did it really start? It started with a group of people believing that God gave them inalienable rights to live as a free nation, free to celebrate any religion, any doctrine, anything as long as it didn't hurt the rights, the liberty, or the pursuit of happiness of anyone else. John Adams stood up in a church in Boston and he spoke about what it would actually be like to co-create with God a nation that had never been governed by a monarch, but was governed by the will of the people. Now, what's really interesting, I notice as I'm saying these very basic things, I feel a little nervous. It feels a little radical to say one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need to really talk today about the good of all. The good of all is this. The good of all is that every citizen's concern is considered. We have had absolute heroes producing absolute miracles on the front line of every hospital here. Absolute heroes, tirelessly saving over 1.5 million people from COVID. Now, what's challenging is that we don't know those numbers right out loud as a legion of hope, as a legion to honor the people who have done that magnificent healing, miracles, nothing short of a miracle. And that is a great faction of our population. But the good of all, that's a lot of other people. A friend of mine's husband died of a heart attack from the stress at the loss of his business. My cousin Bobby, whom I adore, passed away from COVID 2 weeks ago. But I'll tell you what would be breaking his heart is to think that there might be an impediment to freedom going forward. The good of all includes anyone who is struggling and sick. It includes any business owner. It includes the kids. It includes the kids. My mother reminded me yesterday that I can't save the corner of the world. I can only save my own corner. Well, my corner has to do with the kids. I am a teacher. I have come to you spiritually because I have missed church and I have missed sharing with spiritually minded people the good word and sharing each other's heart and uplifting each other. I have seriously missed that. But ladies and gentlemen, I am not a minister. I am a teacher, deeply convicted about the good of God. And I speak about it through music. But I will tell you, if we don't consider the good of all, we are not honoring God. And we are not honoring the creation of this nation. When I say that, to consider the good of all, that doesn't mean let people die. That doesn't mean let people who are helpless go untended. No, quite the opposite. It means I believe in us so much that I believe there is no problem that the brilliant minds of this country could not gather together and see. The miracle workers in the hospital, let them do their job. They're doing it. They're incredible. But the people who understand more of the economics, let them do their job. That doesn't mean we're trying to put people in harm's way. There's a way. If we could all listen, like I said in my poem, I pledge allegiance to the love that brings us all together, all of us. So every idea has to count. If someone just lost their way because they can't financially make it, then we have to hear them. If someone has lost a family member, we have to hear them. If a friend of mine is a nurse and she says, we're out of gloves and masks, we have to hear them. Now, why I wasn't sure I could come on today? I'm going to tell you straight up. It's the CDC suggestions for how the kids go back to school. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the kids. I have taught kids for over 30 years, and I'm telling you straight up, they are struggling. I've been thrilled to Zoom with them. You've heard about me talk about it every day, but they are struggling. They can't take extra assignments now at Zoom. The year is over. Compassion has to be the word of the day. Anyone pressing for them to intellectually go forward right now? No. Most of them are having such a difficult time with basic patterns that they have known for years. And I sit back, and when I see the terror cross their face because they know that their mind is no longer functioning well, and I tell them, sweetie, it's okay. We're going to do some pattern work. We're going to sing some songs. Now, why I absolutely adore being a teacher is that I can tell them about stuff that's going to help them in a bigger way than music. And I'm going to tell you right now, too. When I put my hand to my head, it's a thing called the mastermind. The mastermind is our ambassador to God and Holy Spirit, telling us how to come from our heart and how to remember how to love and forgive. And when we feel angry, ask, what is going on? What do I have to heal, communicate, or release? What is happening? That is my mastermind. That is my imagination that will bring to me any idea. And if I have the courage to feel that I have the worthiness to even try, it is scary to come out here every Sunday. Every Sunday goes through my head, who are you to say something? I'm only one person, but I'll tell you this, every single one of us has an amazing slice to offer. But when we're told that only one side is right or only one side is deserving, that is not okay. That is not one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's not that. And I'm not talking politically, people. I'm talking about our right for the creator of this planet on which every single one of us stands. No one can say, I am not part of this planet. And even if people feel like, well, maybe this planet is a creation and there's God's veil over it, and we can't see it quite right. And I believe that, because when I talk to my animals, the wild ones, and they're not messed up, they do tell me a more magnificent picture, I must admit it. But I am in this form. I am not in my spirit form right now. I am a spirit within human form. And I am here serving. And I'm encouraging you to serve with me. One of the things I want to talk about, again, as I said, are the CDC guidelines for kids returning to school. I'm going to read a couple. I think it's really awesome that they're talking about stay at home if you feel sick. I think it's awesome that they're talking about hand hygiene and cleaning etiquette and how to keep the surfaces safe. I think that's great. However, the part that had me gasp was this. Talking about how the students were to walk in the hallway. Going one line up and then another line back, everyone facing the same way. Do not share. Do not share your items. We're not sure if disease comes from the surfaces. We're not sure. So disinfecting is really smart. However, to place kids into a point where they aren't taught how to interact with each other, how to share. If you can't share your pencils, I get it. They don't want to touch things that might be diseased, but the point is they're learning not to share. If they're walking all facing the same way, they're not learning eye-to-eye interaction. That is even more challenging with the tablet. So, I'd like to talk about the kids for a second. While I know these are just suggestions, we seriously have to consider the long-term fallout of kids and their creativity, their mastermind, their imagination, their ability to interact with each other, possibly being stunted in a way that their imagination might not produce art. They might not crave to sing. They've been told that singing is dangerous right now. Singing in groups is dangerous. The beauty that those kids feel, especially the ones who feel unsure of being soloists, the beauty that they feel gathering together, raising their voice to hear harmony, hearing harmony, raising the frequency that God put on this earth, that the birds sing to us every single day. They're being told that that's dangerous, to gather together to sing. Congregational singing is potentially being banned from churches. Is that really necessary? If some of the cases are going down, and we're trying to reopen, is it necessary to ban us gathering together to sing congregationally? Do we really want the kids to not stand together and learn how to raise their voices? I don't think so. On July 8th, the Torchlight Tiny Theater will be open live. We will be doing every safety measure we need to keep the kids safe at all times. The kids will be 6 feet from me. They will walk in with face covering. They will remove it to sing. Every single surface will be disinfected, but they are coming to sing live. They are welcome to sing live. We have to stand for the kids now. The hospitals have done a magnificent job. Let's do whatever we can to keep each other safe. But now, the good of all, the right of our freedom, demands this, that we look to the next issues. We have the power to multitask. Did you know that during an awful virus, the Hong Kong flu in 1969, the Apollo actually made it to the moon? We kept going. We kept going. We kept going. I know that sometimes life can be scary and sometimes can be dangerous, but we have to train the kids that inside their magnificent mind is an imagination that can create, that can see a better future for themselves, but not unless we as the adults help train them, help teach them, help allow them the freedom of self-expression. Help them stand together to learn how to raise their voices. Help them learn how to share again. Help them learn how to integrate again. Help them learn how to be together again. While the CDC guidelines were only guidelines, I, as a teacher of 30 years, saw them as a place that might shut down the future of kids' ability to create. I'm concerned. I'm not worried, but I'm concerned. And the things that I'm bringing in, and I hope that you all will join me. If you feel the Mama Bear energy of this that I do, I hope that you folks will join me in extending games to the kids for imagination, inviting them into their mastermind. Use imagination games that will help them create a visualization. Let them see a future that is more beautiful than the one they see right now. It cannot be in schools that become regimented from fear. It cannot be that. They will not learn how to express their imagination and their creativity. So let's stand for them. I would very much love your help. I know this is a talk very different from the ones I normally do, and I'm grateful that you were there with me to hear it. I'm going to be signing off now, and I'm going back to my classroom. I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for being with me here through these weeks, through this time. If you would like to join in with me, I'm at the Torchlight Music School. You can find me, Mara, at Torchlight Music School, and I would love to hear from you. I'm going to be starting a group called the Agents of Light, and we will be doing what we can to help the kids light up their minds, light up their imagination, and light up the world that is theirs. And I hope that you'll join me. And I hope that on your own at home, you will keep playing imagination games with them. I so hope that you will do that and encourage them that their own creativity is the future that we need, and that coming out of it, the good of all, will be harnessed by love. The love that we were taught by the great Creator. The fact that we can even feel love or forgiveness at all is a miraculous thing. And that was given to us by the great Creator. Some of us say God, some say Holy Spirit, some say Yeshua, some say Yahweh, some say languages I don't even know. And it conjures in their heart the love of the great Creator. That's fabulous. That Creator is right there in our mastermind, teaching us again and again and again how to share, how to be together, how to love. And I hope that we will share it with the kids. Thank you so much for being with me from this time. I will see you at the Torchlight Tiny Theater. We open again on the week of July 6th, the day after the nation's freedom. That week, I'll be back at the Tiny Theater. We will be singing, we will be dancing, we will be sharing joy, and we will be creating a mastermind for the kids of the future, that when they're adults, they will be creating something gorgeous for all of us to see and enjoy. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Thank you.